That's why your lamas are extravagant, especially tantric lamas. High tantric lamas, they're very different than great Mahayana lamas and great Theravadan lamas. Theravadan monks are very simple. They use a different method. They use simplicity and the vows, an outer form of Buddhism, to transform people. Mahayana Buddhists are a little more different than that. They're more, if I may use, outward, extravagantly shown. You know, they have big temples, they wear robes, you know, they can have this and this and this, whatever. Why? To people, they say, hey, look, they're not following the vows. You know, these Theravada monks are simple. They live in a forest. They teach Dharma. They benefit so many people. But then look, the Mahayana Buddhists, they have big temples. You know, they can have robes, and they have these great hats and silks, and they have these gold-plastered Buddhas in their Mahayana temples, like in China. And people say, ooh, that doesn't look like the original form. And then, you know, beyond that, then you have the Tibetan Lamas drive around their Mercedes, you know, like Jamgon Kundro, all that. They have their Mercedes shipped over to the monasteries in India. I've seen it. You know, the helicopter in the Mercedes. And then the high lamas go in there with their robes. They actually switch their robes, you know, have their attendants hold it while they go in there drive. And I'm like, me? Yeah. And then these great tantric lamas, you know, they have all these silks. All their robes are silks. Everything's silk, you know, even their thrones, and everything's got to be silver. And why? And people put them down and say, oh, these lamas are extravagant. What kind of monks are these? Because they use a completely different approach to bring Dharma to a different group of people. It's the three vehicles: outer, inner, and secret. There are three vehicles that Buddha, three yanas, Hinayana, Mahayana, Tantrayana. The three different types of vehicles, that the three different types of methods to bring people to Buddhism. So the other yanas, the Hinayanas, will look at the Tantrayanas and say, oh my God, they're so extravagant. They're so incredibly worldly and material, and everything's rich and fabulous and blah, blah, blah. But look how they bring people to Dharma. You see, the kind of people they bring to Dharma are not the kind of people the Hinayanas bring to Dharma. The type of people that Hinayanas bring to Dharma are not the type the Mahayana bring to Dharma. These three types of mind frames are attracted to three different types of yanas and different types of lamas. Yes? Different types. There are very wealthy people who are so tired of their wealth, they're so tired of the trappings, they go to the forest and they need that relief. They need to go there and go back to the simplicity. Then there are these very wealthy people who don't want to go hang out in the forest with the lama and wipe their butts after they take a shit with a leaf. No, thank you. I want to, wipe my butt with silk still. Thank you very much. They don't use this, they use this. And then they go, there are many methods to spread the Dharma. Why? There are 84,000 different types of Dharmas in this world. I'm sorry, 84,000 different types of minds in this world. And then there are 84,000 different types of dharmas to counter these minds. And those different types of methods, the 84,000 methods as set forth for 40 plus years by Lord Buddha, is broken down into three yanas: Hinayana, Mahayana, and Tantrayana. Tantrayana lamas, Mahayana lamas, and Hinayana lamas will use many different methods to bring people onto the Dharma. Hinayana will use outward simplicity. Mahayana will use outward simplicity, yet in outward multiplicity, and bring the Dharma to others. Why? Because the outwardly Mahayanas are very simple. They have a way to eat. It's only vegetarian. They have to wear very simple gray robes. They have to burn their heads. But their temples are outrageous. You look Galaxy. You look Galaxy in Penang. Oh my God, that's a Mahayana's temple. That's bigger than any Tibetan center you can have here. They have, in one room, they have more things worth than our whole center. So you don't say that Tibetans are extravagant with their silver, and the Tibetans say, oh, please, go to Galaxy, just see one toilet. Their one toilet with their granite costs more than my whole center. Go see Galaxy. Don't talk about Tibetan Buddhists being extravagant. Hello? I'm a poor church mice here compared to Galaxy. Look at, okay, my center has a 5-foot Tsongkhapa. Look at their 55,000-foot Kuan Yin on the hill. Gold plastered, like gold, like gold as in G-O-L-D, gold. Hello, don't talk about me being extravagant. Oh, some people even say, oh, Tsem Rinpoche is very extravagant. We have to be very careful because people might get the wrong view. Oh, please, send them to Galaxy, and then they'll come back here, they'll call me a forest monk. No. Hinayanas, Mahayanas use outward simplicity, inward complexity, multiplicity. They join and they spread the Dharma. Tantrayanas, they use completely inward simplicity that's not outwardly manifested, but outward multiplicity that manifests. But Hinayana, Mahayana, and Tantrayana, the goal is the same. liberation. The method is different. So people criticize some of the Tibetan Lamas, go ahead. They can criticize all they want. Dalai Lama comes back every single lifetime. Hey, he's got a palace in Tibet called Potala. 13 stories. You know how much money he's got in that Potala? Take a look at his chapels and all his silver butter lamps and gold plated, all that stuff. He's pretty extravagant. Hey, the Dalai Lama doesn't travel around in a little proton. Hello. You see him traveling around in one of those stretched limos. Tsem Rinpoche, well, recently it's been different. But for the last 40 years, it's been different. So look at the Dalai Lama with his potala. Look at Dalai Lama with all his silks and all his entourage. Hey, you know, if you want to book him over, you got to book over about 40, 50 people on his entourage, first class. Tsem Rinpoche, you can just get him a ticket on a ship, see you in 3 months. You got attendance, raise your own funds. Too bad. Oh yeah, what about that? What about His Holiness, you know? You think His Holiness travels in economy class on Air India? I don't think so. Well, why doesn't he go to hell? Why does his reincarnation keeps coming back better and better and extremely wonderful and fabulous? Because he has inner simplicity, he's not attached. He uses the outer trappings to bring Dharma to this certain type of people. That's why. It's not what you have on the outside. But don't let me use that as an excuse to have everything on the outside and say I'm simple on the inside. You observe people's action and what they do and what their direction is and their consistency year after year. If year after year after year their focus is Dharma, 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 don't look at their outer trappings. Look at them inside. So don't look at a teacher's outer trapping. Don't look at your outer trappings. You look at inside the simplicity. Whether you're Hinayana, whether you're Mahayana, whether you're Tantrayana. It's not a matter of the factor of what you have or how you manifest your Dharma. It's the people you need to touch. It's a type of mind stream you need to reach. It's the type of people you need to involve. And therefore your manifestation on a different world. Your manifestation meaning, not a magical manifestation, meaning your method will be different. So that's why someone like His Holiness who has so much wealth, someone like a holy Thai monk in a forest, these two are equal. Why? Their intention is liberation and their inside is renunciation. And their goal is nirvana. No difference. No difference at all. It is the compassion of the teacher to live harshly in the forest or the compassion of the teacher to live harshly within wealth. Both is harsh because with wealth comes criticism. With wealth comes doubt. With wealth comes problems. With wealth comes the income tax. All right? In a forest comes mosquitoes, snakes, people looking for you, no food, rain, weather, ghosts, hantus, you know. Your mosquito net has a hole, uh-oh. And then you see a major mutant mosquito coming by. I mean, there's a lot of problems in a forest. Teachers have to put up with problems whether they're in a forest, in a distant area of Thailand, or they have to put up with a concrete jungle forest in the middle of Kuala Lumpur. What's the difference? Whether the Lama is walking through the forest or driving in the Mercedes across their forest, what's the difference? Either way, you suffer if you want to help others. There is no difference. The simplicity is not on the outside. The simplicity is on the inside. The simplicity is not how the Lama manifests. The simplicity is his renounced mind that wishes to benefit others through many incredible methods to attract the different types of people. You know, if the forest tradition was so popular, you'd see a lot of forest monks in Kuala Lumpur. I mean, think about it. Have you ever heard of a forest monk from Thailand hanging out in Malacca National Forest? We all go there and get teachings from him in the middle of the forest with mosquitoes. Sorry, remember him? Think about it. We can keep him there as an official mosquito repellent. He'll be slapping the monks. Sorry. Think about that. There's no difference in how the Lama manifests. And some Lamas, as you're going to read in the book I gave you, is really controversial. You know, they have sex with everybody. They do everything wild and crazy. You may think, what is that about? What kind of Dharma is that? Because they will attract that type of people. So for people who have a low mind, they will say, no, that's wrong. For people on this type of background, they'll say, that way is wrong. There are many people who criticize the forest tradition. There are many people in the forest tradition who criticize the materialistic position. Many. All is criticism. Mahayana is something in between. It's not better or worse. Hinayana is on this side, Tantrayana is on this side. They're all the perfect manifestations of the methods to tame people's minds. Multi types of minds. Multifaceted minds. to bring them to liberation. So you think about that. So when people criticize the Tibetan tradition, no problem. You should in fact have compassion and say, yeah, that's wonderful. In fact, when they think like that, you say, good. They say, oh, my Hinayana tradition is wonderful. My monk is very simple. Say, yes, they are. Please go. Why? It doesn't matter. When they reach a certain level of meditation, whether they're Hinayana, Mahayana, or Tantrayana, when they reach that level, they will see all things the same. I promise you. When they reach that point in meditation understanding, Hinayana, Mahayana, Tantrayana will be exactly the same. Whether they see a forest monk hanging out or they see a high lama of Tibet sitting on thrones and silks coming out of Mercedes and BMW, whatever, they will see no difference, because what they will see is not what they have, but how they use it. Not what they have, but what they use it for. How they use their wealth, how they use their forest. You see, the forest monk will use his simplicity to train that type of mind that's interested in that. The city forest monk will use wealth to tame the city dwellers. So that monk may use leaves and mosquito repellents or mosquito nets to bring you to the Dharma. This Lama may take you to the dome or take you to the coffee bean and talk about life. There's no difference. So this Lama in the city naturally needs green things to call US dollars. The other one needs green leaves because in case you need to go to the toilet. But what difference? Green is green. It is not the Lama's wish. It is the Lama's method to bring people onto the Dharma. So you think about that. You think about the truth of that. You think about the applicability of that. And you think about the skillfulness behind that. So therefore, we're in a forest with a forest monk. We like that. Wonderful. Wonderful. We follow it. If we like one of these, enchanted, Mahayana lamas who own galaxy, nothing wrong. They're simple on the body, but their temple sure ain't simple. Then if you like it all the way, completely the other way, they're not simple, neither is their temple. Hello, here I am. Here I am. It's white gold, by the way. Pure white. And I'm talking about plated. I'm talking about white. And my objective is to get one with all kinds of diamonds like somebody I know. And I'm talking about those teeny little cheapskate ones that you need a microscope to see, I'm talking about big fat diamonds around here, like, hello. I'm a good Dharma practitioner. I have a lot of merits. That's why I get like that. So when I pray to the protector, see, this is what happens. So you need to pray to the protector too. Therefore, you can get this too. See, you want to practice Dharma? They'll be like, oh, yes, I will. Yeah. All this is subjugation. All this is subjugation for the minds that are out there. Because if you wear shitty little, crappy little, ugly things around there and you have nothing, you say, oh, but my protector can help you. They look at you and say, he can? Didn't look like it's been helping you. Oh, yes. Lamas will manifest many things in order to tame the minds of other people that people will not understand at their level. In the beginning, they think it's extravagance. They can think whatever they want. Because when you stick with a Lama long enough, you'll understand what the motivation is. Renunciation is not about having or not having. Renunciation is about bringing the other person to enlightenment and using these things as a method. So if you're going to deal with ministers, you're going to deal with big people, you're going to deal with people who's interested in money. Well, you walk around in a garbage bag, that's saffron colored, and you smell, and you tell them to pray to your protector, and everything will be fine. Just like, can you pray to your protector? Get some soap, thank you. Ain't going to work. But if you run around gold and silks, and you look fabulous, you're a big house, you live in a big area, and say, well, I pray to my protector, and this is what I get. And they go, oh, can I do it too? And then they start. They start praying to Tara, to protector, and then they come for your talks, they come to your teachings, and they listen, and then after 1 month and 1 year, and they go, oh, and their mind starts to change. And their mind starts to transform. But how did you initially attract them? You initially attracted them with your diamond-encrusted, beautiful, fabulous Vajrayogini because you prayed to your protector, and that's why you're rich and fabulous and successful. So if you want to prove to them that your protector works, prove to them. How are you going to prove to these type of people it works? Not by your simplicity and your gentleness and your compassion, because they can't see that. But what you have. Think. Skillful methods is very important in today's time. Buddha's teachings encompasses everyone. Everyone. So when we see one of these high lamas flying in on a helicopter and they wear fabulous robes, they have wonderful attendants and they're in order and everybody's taking pictures of them and they have diamonds and and they have attendants, they fly in on first class, they go, oh, well, what he teaches must be real. And then you get Tsem Rinpoche. He walks over in flip-flops with some tired little cheap clothes with a fake white gold encrusted diamond, whatever, and it's not even white gold, it's just plated. Because how do you know? Because you look at the back and it's not plated, the front is. And then he's teaching all this stuff. No, you're not here, you're not there. What are you trying to be? You're trying to be simple? You're trying to be Mahayana? There, you're trying to be Hinayana, you're trying to be Mahayana, you're trying to be Tantraya. What are you trying to be? You're not here, you're not there. You're teaching the protector is powerful, you're teaching Tara is wonderful, and she can take care of your wishes, but then you're living like a forest monk. Then you're living like a forest monk, and you tell them, well, you can fulfill all your wishes. These people don't want to go to the forest to see you. You think. So if you're going to do it this way, you do this way. You do this way, you do this way, you do this way, you do this way. You do all the way. You do all the way. What is that called? If the motivation is correct, and I'm not saying my motivation is correct, skillful means. And you can be in a forest and be totally attached, because you can be a forest resenting it. I wish I had this, I wish I had this, I wish I had this, and you still collect bad karma. Doesn't mean you don't collect bad karma because you're in a forest. Just because you don't have doesn't mean you don't grasp. You can be a very high person, you can be a high Lama sitting in the midst of wealth and not grasping anything, and you don't collect any negative karma. Example, Dalai Lama, Panchen Lama. They're in the midst of wealth. They're the richest, one of the richest people in the world. Okay, one of the richest. You may not know that. Why did their reincarnation come back? Why are they so holy? Why is it when they speak, 200,000 people go to their teachings? Because they're rich? No. They've transcended that. They've convinced everyone that what they do works. That's all.